Hi guys, and welcome back to the channel. Today I wanted to go through and with the hanging cucumbers and the potted ones that I have over there. Um, Sorry, the camera is kind of backwards from, yeah, well, maybe I'm just backwards. Anyway, today I wanted to do a little bit of work on the cucumbers. We have been experiencing some really extreme heat the last few days, and it's likely to continue for about another week. And thought maybe I'd go ahead and give them a boost, and maybe it would be a good time to have a little conversation about gardening in excessive heat. Yeah, I want to say it's already about 86, and it's only about 10 o'clock in the morning, and I think that it's supposed to hit about 93 today. And not sure that we're going to get any rain today. I think we have like a 50% chance of rain tomorrow. But anyway, got work to do. So hold on and we'll get to that footage. Okay, so I've already came through and I picked off a few cucumbers this morning. And what I really want to do is, these plants are still nice and green, but they are starting to struggle a little bit in the heat. And what I want to do is I want to put some of this really good Jobs on. Now this is a very, let's see if I can turn the bag around here. You can see that right there. It's 274. That is a very light, but very, very good fertilizer. And one thing that you have to remember, I'm not going to put a whole lot in here. I'm going to put a small sprinkle in each pot, and I'm just going to do just this one up close. But you don't want to overdo it because plants are going to struggle in the heat enough. So you don't want to give them too much fertilizer. You just want to give them a nice little dusting. At this time of year when it gets really hot like this, smaller meals are a lot better. If you try to feed them too heavy, then you're going to end up burning them. And the other thing too is in the heat, people, me included, tend to overwater their plants. They want to go out and water them 2 or 3 times a day, and that's absolutely understandable. You do have to make sure that you're not overwatering and killing the plant that way. But the other thing with watering in excessive heat is you're going to end up washing all the nutrients out of your pots, out of your gardening beds, and if you remember, nitrogen is a water-soluble fertilizer, and the more you water, the harder it's just going to leach out. So you want to give them a little bite here and there. And if you ever remember how nice your plants look after a really good rain, it's because the water is coming down through our nitrogen-rich atmosphere and depositing little bits on your plants that make them happy for a couple of days. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to go ahead and set the camera up at the end of the porch, and then I'm just going to let it run while I slip down and get all the rest of them done. So hold on and I'll be right back. Okay, now I'm gonna hide down here on this side of the porch in the shade a little bit, but it doesn't take very much, and you can just feed them in little bites. Think of it kind of like you've been out in the hot sun and you're hungry, but if you sit down and eat a big meal, it's going to be a bit taxing. I think that those smaller bites tend to work better, at least they do for me, and you kind of got to be careful, with watering and stuff, that you don't just keep watering them until you leach all the nutrients out. Then they start turning yellow. Then you wonder if you're overwatering them, and actually they just need a little bite. And I know it can get, I don't know, a little daunting at times, but it's really, really easy. And I struggle with wanting to overwater everybody in the heat too, but just be careful. And especially, human beings don't like that much heat either, so it tends to work better for me to work in the early morning and later in the evenings, and that's when your plants are gonna need a little drink too. It's a long hot day for everybody, but I'm going to go ahead and do a real quick water on these guys, and then I'll be right back. Okay, so that's all the footage that I have for today, and I know it's not terribly exciting, but trying to get your gardens through the summer months can be a little daunting at times. And just remember, if you are watering more than once, then you probably will need to give them a little feed from time to time. Now I'm going to go ahead and leave these guys for about 2 or 3 days and check in. I'm out here every day, but in about 2 or 3 days I'll decide if they need another little boost. Usually, I don't know, it's usually every 3 or 4 days, maybe 2 or 3. It's just kind of as I walk by and water and stuff. If I think they might need a little bit, then I'm going to go ahead and feed them. But do remember that nitrogen is water soluble, and you are going to tend to wash it out if you overwater. And it's also the reason that the plants look really nice and boosted after a good rain, because like I said before, the rain comes down through our nitrogen-rich atmosphere and gives them a little boost, and that's why they always look better after a nice rain. It always makes me feel better after a nice rain. It'd be great if we could get some. There's a little bit in the forecast, maybe a day or two, but anyway. Excuse me. Probably go out maybe later in the evening, and I do have a few plants that I'd like to get boosted out in the raised garden beds, but it's just a little bit too hot for that right now. Probably well, I don't know. I think that we're going to have to go ahead and postpone a couple of our little planting projects. I do have a lot of those long beds out there that I would like to get some beans and more squash planted in, but this kind of heat is going to be awful tough on little seedlings when they're just emerging, and I hate to end up putting that kind of a stress on a plant that's just emergent. So I think that I'm going to go ahead and let that go for a few more days. We're supposed to be back down into the 80s in, I don't know, 4 or 5 days. But the next few days are going to be terribly hot. So I think I'm going to have to go ahead and postpone the replanting of those beds, and which is going to be fine for us because we grow beans all year, all the way up until the frost. So, and squash, you can do the same thing with just about every variety of squash. So, I have already talked your ear off. I'm sure I repeated myself a couple of times. But I hope that today's video finds everybody safe and happy, healthy, and staying out of this heat. Yeah, I need to get out of the heat for a little while too. But anyway, if you're not subscribed to the channel, please subscribe. Don't forget to ring that little bell. We'll let you know when we've got something else we want to tell you about. And if you like today's video, please give it a thumbs up. And if you have any comments, questions, suggestions, anything on your mind at all, please leave them in the little box below. I'm just going to go ahead and get in out of this heat. It's just been absolutely crazy, and I'm not tolerating the heat very well this year. So anyway, don't forget we love you, and we'll see you in the next one.